Clancy McBride, and I did research on paternal leave, mainly on paternity leave. I'm going to go over the research that I have found, and then I also interviewed 3 different people that are very diverse. I interviewed a homosexual man, a Oriental woman, which is a mother of 2, and then I also interviewed a social worker. According to theguardian.com, I was able to do some research about paternity leave in different countries. In Sweden, they have 480 days of paid leave, 60 for the dad, and in 2016, it'll be 90 days of paid paternity leave for their fathers to further gender equality. Over these 480 days, you will receive at least 80% of your salary, and this leave is good till they're 8. So you can spread out those 480 days all the way until they're 8. And then the nice thing also in Sweden is after a year, childcare is guaranteed for your children. Furthering my research to CNN.com, I was able to learn that the federal law for paternity leave, paternal leave in America is 12 weeks of leave. It's required, but it's not mandated to be paid. In a recent study in 2013, a PEV study, the U.S. out of 38 countries is the only country to not offer paid leave for new parents. According to Estonia, that was in one of those, they offer 2 years of paid, and large countries that we're more familiar with, France, Germany, Hungary, and Finland, offer almost up to 13 months of paid paternal leave. Jeremy Adam Smith, author of Daddyship and Greater Good magazine, did 10 years of research about paternity leave. And when men take leave, there are long-term benefits, fewer behavioral problems in the children, they're better in school, they're healthier physically and emotionally, and it's also good for the significant other. The significant other is happier and physically healthier, and it also sets the tone of fatherhood from the get-go for that child. Reasons the fathers or a certain parent doesn't take the leave is only 13% of companies offer paternal leave in America. Even though it's offered, there's a huge pay cut because it's unpaid. Taking leave hurts their long-term career as well. That's good. Even though there are laws that give us 12 weeks of paternal leave, pretty much that just prevents us from getting fired, even though we do know that bosses are looking at this time away as probably hurtful to their company, so that can hurt you long-term in your career. There's also paternal leave that is good for adoption as well. It's 12 weeks as well, so even if you're adopting, you're getting the same amount of time as you would be if you were having the baby yourself. I asked her, what do you think were the benefits of him staying home for those 2 weeks? And she said that she wished she would have had him for 12, number one. And obviously helping changing diapers. She said tag teaming at night, you're just both very exhausted. And if you can split, the time with your child, sometimes it makes it a little bit more bearable. And then she said the biggest part for her was she doesn't have any family in Arizona. So she really relied on him those 2 weeks because she was all by herself and didn't have any help. I asked her why she felt that men do not take the leave. She said that it's obviously a financial strain, and she would be worried that it would hurt the career of one of the significant others. She says those are probably the 2 main reasons. I also educated her on Sweden and their paternal laws, and she says that would just make it so much easier, and she feels that, the more time the dad is around, more adjusted the child is to its new surroundings. And then I said, do you think that America could ever adopt something like this? And she says the taxes must be crazy high in Sweden. And then she said that she feels that we would never be able to adopt something like that because America just has so many workaholics, and that's just kind of like the standard that it is here in America. All right, do you and your husband plan on adopting a child at some point?
Yes.
Now, when that point comes, who do you think would stay home, you or your husband, or both?
I would, for the most part. I'm pretty sure Ruben would do his part as much as he could.
Now, you're a small business owner. Do you think that would affect your business?
Yes, because I'm a vital person to my business. I'm one of the head coaches. Plus, I also deal with a lot of our clientele from not only the athletes, but to their parents. Have a lot of meetings. I work with a lot of high schools and stuff. But I do believe that I would have to find a way to make it work. So, in order for me to adopt a kid, I need to be ready.
Now, understanding your situation, I understand that your husband would continue to work while you raise the baby at home. Do you think there are benefits to having both parents at home when you bring the child home for the first time?
Yes. I believe that just that bond, like that first couple, moments with your child, he's observing and, figuring out a lot. And so I think to figure out who his main role models and who he needs to look up to, listen to, learn from, all of that kind of stuff needs to be the parents, not just one, but both. And coming from somebody who had both parents growing up, and my dad did work during the day, but he was home pretty much most of the time. I feel like has really raised me to be a very family valued person in society today.
All right, Tommy, one of your employees at your gym is currently pregnant. What is your plan for her as when she's about to deliver her baby?
I'm going to give her as much time as she needs. Depending on what she communicates with me and lets me know like how long she is, like she'll always have a job here, because our job, she's very valuable, but at the same time between myself and my other staff we can fulfill the needs that she provides us with, and that's what we plan to do.
Now, are you going to be able to give your employee Celeste a paid leave?
No.
All right, Tommy, you employ both hetero and homosexual men. Would you discriminate against either or if they were trying to take a paternity leave?
No, because I think that each parent is vital to the upbringing of each child.
What do you think about the paternity laws in Sweden?
I think that they're awesome. I think that it helps benefit the families and the child's upbringing, and it's less stressful on the whole situation, I believe.
Now, when you and your husband get ready to adopt a child, do you think that 12 weeks is going to be vital for that kid's life?
Yes, because I believe no matter the age of the child, bringing somebody new into your lives, you really need those first crucial days, hours, weeks to really bond with that person, so then that way you guys can really get to know who you are and how this is going to work out.
All right.
Hello, my name is Lisa, and I currently am in a graduate program at Arizona State for social work and for public administration, and I am an intern at a hospital as a social worker at a children's hospital.
In the field of social work, how often do you see men wanting to take paternity leave?
It is becoming very common in more recent times because it used to be more of the mother, and we see a lot of fathers wanting to take that leave too for adapting to the changes to the household.
As a social worker, what benefits do you see from having both parents take maternity and paternity leave for a newborn baby?
Yes, so there are lots of benefits for having both parents home. When a child is born, there are many connectors in the brain that need to be made, and by having both mom and or both parents in the house, it is very beneficial for the child to make connections with the parents so that they grow into a healthy human being.
In the social work field, what are some reasons that you see why a man would not take paternity leave?
Yes, so a reason that comes to my mind is for financial reasons. So if the parent is dependent on the other parent for financial support, it is nearly impossible for that parent to take paternity leave.
After being familiar with the paternity laws in Sweden, what do you think about them?
Yes, so they sound wonderful and great off the bat. It would be amazing to have all those benefits for having a child. However, it does come to my mind how the tax system exactly works with it, because I know it'd be hard to propose in America sometimes with taxes and people not being very wanting of them. So it would be interesting to see how that would work in America. I'm not sure. It would take a lot of change.
How do you think America could adopt laws like these, like the ones found in Sweden?
It would be, like I said previously, it would be a huge change, and in order for this to happen, a lot of people would have to be willing for it to happen, and I'm not sure that this is a top priority problem for Americans overall, and I believe that in order for it to be changed, people would have to be very passionate about it, and unfortunately, I don't think it falls as one of the top problems in America.
In adoption cases, do you see paternity leave from both parents as well?
It is common because it is very expensive to adopt a child, so it's likely that the parents have been saving money to be in a financial point in their life where they could, but it really is a case-by-case sort of, it's case-by-case, so it really depends on the situation.
In situations where parents stay home, do you see both parents stay home more common in a homosexual relationship or heterosexual, or would you say they're about the same?
I would say that they are about the same from what I've seen. Like I said, it really is case by case. I don't think it has anything to do with gender identity.
In conclusion, after interviewing everybody and doing research, I feel that with these newborn kids or adopting, paternal leave is a very important part of raising a child, and I feel that everybody that I've interviewed with has agreed with me that they wish that we had better laws here and more paid leave for this type of situation so that the fathers or certain significant other could be home in those vital stages of their lives. And that's it.